I would say that I offer my condolences to Imam Hussein and his family, and that every time that I just get a little bit closer, I just get more emotional, like my heart just breaks a little bit more, like the closer you get. And even before we came here, I had an expectation of obviously feeling emotion and spiritual, but it's more overwhelming, like the closer that you get. And I'm just so sorry for the loss and the tragedy of the whole the family of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And yeah, it's just, I don't know what else to say now. It's really emotional. I think I feel more blessed. My expectations of how it feels to be, you can sort of feel like the sorrow and the heartbreak, but then there's just so much love as well, and you know, compassion, and you can feel the love even from the people, the Iraqi community, the people who live here. And I just feel honoured to obviously to be given this chance. And even when I'm walking closer now, I'm telling you, I can just feel it, like, you know, like in your stomach, in your heart, like it's just very overwhelming. It's just so sad.
My name is Heather. I'm 30 years old and I live in Bradford in United Kingdom, England. I have 3 children, ages 4, 5 and 12.
The first thing when I came into the Haram, the first thing I would have asked for is that I get to, inshallah, come back and bring my small children, and that they can come here and experience what I've experienced. That's why I asked for. I just asked, inshallah, like, first of all I said thank you, and then I wanted to ask that I get an opportunity to bring my children here to visit, to experience what I've experienced as well. I want my children to feel even just a remote piece of what I have felt here. Like my oldest child, she's 13 now, so she knows, you know, the world and everything. So inshallah, for her to come and to feel even just a spiritual connection of what is here, and inshallah, hope that I want them to feel the same way. I feel overwhelmed, really overwhelmed. It's a mixture of love, but then also pain as well. So even just the air in here, even when I get to the door outside, the air feels different. Like I feel like it's just immense sadness, but at the same time there's so much love in this place. It's really overwhelming. I feel sad, I feel like sorrow, I feel sorry for you know, the loss of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and his whole family, and the pain and the torment and the tyranny and oppression that they went through. You can feel that in Karbala everywhere, but especially when you come in here, I feel it enhanced even more. And even the people below, you know, the Iraqi and everybody who's here, anybody who's here, I can feel their sorrow and their pain as well. It's like a whole energy around everywhere in Karbala, but especially when I come inside the Haram, it's just an overwhelming sense of just sadness. I met my husband through a few mutual friends, when I lived in the UK, obviously, when I lived in a separate town, but we knew each other through mutual friends. We got married very quickly. Within 6 weeks, we were married. And then we had 2 children together. And I never really followed any type of faith, even though I was brought up with Christianity and Buddhism. It wasn't something that I jumped deep into. I didn't feel it, even though it was everywhere around me. I just didn't feel it. So obviously my husband being a Muslim, a Shia Muslim, I'd heard little pieces here and there, and then this year is the year where I really started to ask questions, because I just felt like something just was missing from my life. I just didn't have that connection with anything other than what I had around me. So I just wanted to find something a bit of a deeper connection with something. I always believed that there was something more, I just didn't know what. So my husband obviously introduced me to Majalis, and we went there. And from that moment on, I took my Shahada in this year, in August 2021, and now, alhamdulillah, I'm here straight away. So that's really where it all started and came from. But yeah, I mean that's the beginning to the end of my own faith before this and then now.
راح أخفي غرامي وانسى اسمي ويا الأسامي، أنا ضامي الحب وريدا أبقى طول العمر ضامي، لا تروي غليلي خلى يتفطر دليلي، قلبي عاش بسجن حزنك يموت إذا تخلي سبيلي، آسرني حبك يا أبو الأكبر كاسرني.
I attended the Majalis of Sayyid Mehdi al-Madrasi in the Haram of this year, and the 10th day was holding that Majalis. They were holding that Majalis in Manchester, and they had put together an Arba'in package, so it was being advertised quite a lot throughout the days that I was there at the Majalis. My husband has been to Ziyarah but not Arba'in before, so he spoke with me about it, and in all honesty, I did a little bit of my own research as to like what is the Arba'in, why they do it, and you know why Muslims make that journey, and what it's like, and things like that. Just even internet or anything, I just did a little bit of research myself. But I think it pretty much was instantly that I just agreed, because my husband, obviously he's been here a couple of times, so for him to want me to come with him as well, I said yes straight away. So there was not much hesitation in that. But like I said, it was Sayyid Mehdi Madrasi with the 10th day that really explained it sort of in detail, and you know, put the package out there and made it easier for especially somebody, a new revert who doesn't know that much, to come somewhere and be able to have guides and information to sort of learn as I go, really. I think before we came, myself and my sister-in-law, we decided we were going to do the walk because we wanted to experience the full experience. We wanted to feel, you know, obviously we wouldn't feel the same as you know, the Imam, the BBs or anybody of Islam felt like that, but we wanted to really get into the pilgrimage itself, and I feel like if we just got out the hotel and went by car, we wouldn't ever experience what we had. So I mean, it was myself and my sister-in-law, we did the full Arba'in walk, and the people that we got to meet along the way, and the children, and
and hospitality and everything. I would never change that for the world. Even if I never complete it again in my life, I've done it at least once in my life. So it was always, we're going to do the full walk or nothing. So and alhamdulillah, we made it. We did.
So we decided to rest at Janab Hur's Mokib, and we were very tired, and we got inside and we found a place for women, and you remember, don't you, the place that we went in? It was a really nice place inside. The hospitality was overwhelming. We've never seen anything like it. Even coming from a Western country where everything, you know, we have everything, people are not as generous as the people of Iraq, and the lovers of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, they have so much to give, and we saw that, and it's really touched our hearts, and we will remember that for the rest of our lives. So we're really, really pleased and really honoured with that, the treatment that we received over there.
All I remember constantly is the pouring of the water over our heads.
In order for us to keep cool, we just poured water over our heads the entire time we walked. We didn't really feel it as much until the second day, and that's the second day we really found that it was extremely hot and our feet were hurting, but just the love that we saw, and it's like we say in our language, it's a journey of love for Imam Hussein, and that's what made us keep going, because we thought all these people that have left their normal lives to come and serve us. So, you know, obviously, the least we can do is walk towards Imam Hussein's shrine. So that's what we did. We decided to continue walking. Alhamdulillah, we made it at the end. It was a bit difficult at the end. Every time she said, "Do you want a taxi?" I said no. And every time I said I want a taxi, she said no. So we both kept each other going. And towards the end, nobody was talking to each other. So we just kept each other going. Yeah, we were really tired. But alhamdulillah, we managed it. And it's just the amount of love and compassion we received from the Iraqi people is amazing, absolutely amazing, yeah. It was something that we'll remember for the rest of our lives.
Yeah. If we never get to do it again.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah.
We live in Bradford now, but I used to live in Manchester, and before that, previously I was born in Newcastle. But yeah, I've lived in Bradford now for almost 11 years as well. Once I got married, I moved to Bradford. So when I first came here, I obviously have never seen the mokibs or the stalls or anything like that. I've never seen anything like that before. And I've never seen or felt generosity like I have from the people of Iraq. And I was made aware that most of the year, like they plan a year in advance, and every bit of money that they have and every bit of work that they do all goes to providing for anybody who comes to do Arba'een or anybody who comes in Muharram or anything like that. They've provided that throughout their own pockets. You know, and I see them. I remember one family that I met, and they hadn't slept or eaten for around 3 days from the beginning of the Arba'een, and then at the end of the Arba'een, I was made aware that they were still there, and they were just 24 hours. Like they just put every single thing that they had into it, and I think from a financial point of view, because you know, it's not the most financially stable, you know, there's not so much opportunity for work and everything like that. The fact that they give everything to the service of Imam Hussein al-Islam, and the people who come here, especially as somebody who's not from here, who doesn't speak their language, who doesn't look the same, who doesn't, you know, is a complete stranger to them. The fact that they do that is just breathtaking. It is, and I keep telling everyone, it's just restored my faith in humanity anyway, you know, that there's still so much good in people. And I think secondly, because there is such a large amount of people here, I mean millions and millions. I think there was less this year than there has been, obviously due to travel restrictions and everything like that. But there has been no infection rate from COVID. There's been no illnesses that I've witnessed anywhere. There's been no social unjust sort of arguing or fighting. You know, you put a large group of people together in one room, one of them might not be happy. There's always something that's going on, but I haven't felt or seen anything like that. Everybody, although it is a time of mourning, everybody, especially the people who live here, everybody is just happy. They're just, you know, they're happy to be here and to be giving service and to, you know, to meet people from all different walks of life, and they bring their whole families here, their children, their wives, their husbands, they all come together. When I was inside, it was like peaceful and it smelled like beautiful. It was just very busy though, and I don't know. I feel like it's different feeling at this haram than I have at the other ones, because it's still like a sadness feeling, obviously, because everything that's happened to his family and his wife, and you know, you feel that sadness. But then he was so like. It has like a different kind of power in it. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's more peaceful, where you feel like you're just like, you know, a bit like sleepy and do you understand what I mean? Yeah? It feels different here than it does in Karbala though. Yeah, it's much more like mellow, if that's the word, like peaceful. And
we have to remember Imam Ali's the father of all the Imams.
I know.
So he's right at the top.
I know. What about you?
Huh?
You?
Me? I come here whenever I have a chance to come here.
Yeah, I know. But how do you like feel inside? Like
it's good. It's spiritual. It's good to come.
Do you feel like emotional, or
you feel all kinds.
Empowered
kinds.
and
you have to understand. There's different stories to Imam Ali. Then when you go to see Imam Ali, then you think about his sons as well, Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein.
Yeah.
What happened to them?
I think it's more about
so
Bibi
it's
Fatima.
It's a mixture of everything.
Isn't it? Like even with Bibi Fatima alayhi salam.
Yeah.
I think like more with her. Like I think about her a lot, well, because it's her husband, isn't it? Do you understand? Yeah. And even the Prophet, he was like his closest person ever. So it's just completely different.
Yep, it definitely is.
I know.
So coming to Iraq now, finally here.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Come to all the Imams, the majority of the Imams that you've met. So what's your thoughts on all of the Imams together that you've seen here?
As a whole ziyarah trip?
As a whole ziyarah trip. Has it been enlightenment?
Of course.
Spiritual?
Of course. I think it's been more
I mean, it's been sometimes physically challenging with the Arba'in and the heat, of course. But I think that the spiritual aspect, the spiritual enlightenment weighs out everything else, because everywhere I go, whether it's haram of an Imam al-Islam or a maqam of an Imam or somewhere they went, or Khaymagar or anywhere like that, every single place feels different, and each one brings up a different emotion. And although mostly the emotions are sorrow and sad, there is also, you know, sometimes there's different moments, where not happy moments as such, but peaceful moments. Do you understand? Before Karbala, even though they knew what was going to happen and everything that was coming, to read Salah, the namaz, the whole night, you feel that sort of inner peace, but you can feel it in the air around you. But I just imagine, I don't know, I think every single place has a different feeling to it.
Is there anything in Iraq that you didn't like, going places or ziyarat?
For ziyarat or?
I mean, for ziyarat, was there anything that you didn't like here or?
No. No? I mean, obviously, you feel different emotions. There is nothing on the streets. I mean, there's obviously, I don't like to see orphans and, it's heartbreaking and things like that. But in regards to ziyarah, you feel different emotions. So I don't get so much angry, but I think mainly when we listen to majlis in the place and then they do the masayib, and then when I'm crying and then you feel like that sorrow and emotion, then I get like angry. Hence, like the inconsolable emotion, and I forget where I am and who's around me and what's going on, and you just feel like you wish that you were there at that time so that you could have done anything, like anything at all to help any of them, whether it's the Bibis or the Imam al-Islam, anyone. So I think that's where the range in emotion comes from.
Okay. And if you had to say like your heart for ziyarat, where would it be?
What do you mean?
Which city would it have been in?
My what, sorry?
Like your heart, where are you going to leave your heart? In which city?
Karblaء. The Janabi of us. Yeah.
So that's it.
Is that the question?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, more, but I can...
So you can ask me anything.
And on top of that, we're going to Ziyarat Abbasis as well.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll ask you a few questions there then and see how you feel
I think because I've been here for 14 days, 15 days, and the only place that I haven't managed to get inside because it's closed and something was going on and then you couldn't get in and then they reopened, but it's too busy, is Janabi Abbas alayhi salam. So tonight, inshallah.
So I think Janabi Abbas is going to be a difficult one for you.
Yeah, extremely. I think even just, I walked past it, I gave salam from outside and things like that, but even just the same feeling as Imam was saying, even just walking there, I feel emotional, because I think when you're walking towards it, you need to not be thinking of, oh, what's over there, or what's here, or what's that. I think you need to remember where you're walking to and the story and everything, because then you really start to feel, whereas if you're thinking, what am I going to eat later, or what's that shop there, then you bypass that feeling. But if you really just take 2 minutes and just even stand if you can't get inside, that makes a massive difference, I think, because then your heart and your head is there at the same time. So
are you not shocked that you're in Iraq visiting the ziyarats, being an English
I feel lucky.
Person?
I feel very blessed and lucky, but I feel like it's a dream almost, because I never thought, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 1 year ago, I'm going to be going to Iraq. Even if you'd have asked me, I'd have been like, Iraq? Oh no. Because I'm unaware. I was unaware until you come here and visit. So, inshallah, I get to come every year forever, and our ziyarah is Kabul.
صوت الغرام بمهجتي ناداك قسما بذاتك لا أحب سواك صوت الغرام بمهجتي ناداك قسما بذاتك لا أحب سواك.
يا أيها النور الذي بشعاعه جذب الفؤاد لحبه فرآك، أمضيت عمري في هواك مهاجرا ومسيرتي يا قبلتي ذكراك. خذني فإني في هواك متيم، فالعمر موهوب بلحظ لقاك. من عالم الأرواح حبك قادني، وأنا خراحلة الهوى بفناك. يا عاذل ذرني فحبي قاتلي، وأنين قلبي زلزل الأفلاك. والشوق أرقني وأقلق خاطري.